That was last time out. Was it a year ago? Was it 4? Things had changed, and not for the better. Smitten said, "Don't worry about becoming a better painter. It won't make your work one iota better." Then Art dipped his finger in black paint and dabbed a spot in the center of Marlowe's forehead. "Bang," he said. "Pow." The little pop. That's what counts. Marlowe painted, "Where is Smitten? Oh, where is Smitten? Is he with Charlie Chaplin and Bertolt Brecht? Is he painting 39 bubbles for Zigmar Polke? Zecht for all. Oh, where is Smitten?" Once he was in Love Token Alley again, everything else disappeared, and past and future intermingled. He felt at home. In his journal, Marlowe wrote, "No time to paint daisies and butterflies. Modern times. The future not too glam for a Back Bay clam. We're all on the journey to the end of night. Will we see the sunrise?" Creepy things, creepy people, everywhere the creep. Marlowe said to a friend recently, "You know, I think I'm going a bit mad." The reply, "Marlowe, you've always been quite mad." Marlowe painted, "If everything that happens is meant to happen, why did I back over a gallon of paint and wreck 5 large canvases before I got out of the car? What is the blessing here? How is it meant to be taken? Where is the bliss? She loves you? Yeah. Marlowe was in a peevish, anxious, sometimes argumentative mood, snappish and opinionated about issues he knew nothing about. He would mock that person if he wasn't that person. He cringed at the thought of being trapped in a corner with himself. Yak, ugh. And he'd been trapping more people in corners lately. When he started in on his wife, she held up a hand, didn't want to hear it. Who would? Another friend said he didn't listen. Marlowe painted, "If I don't listen, how come I remember you telling me I don't listen?" Marlowe wrote in his journal, "Vittorio De Sica, when asked what it takes to be a great director, did not talk about casting or camera angles. He said, what it takes to be a great director is strength. You have to be strong. Forte. It takes strength to stare in the mirror. Out there, rage. In you, sin. How weighty our sin, how much our toll, and is there anything salvageable to sell? All to be determined. We hide fissures, paper over cracks, necessary our delusion, helpful our facade. How to deal with the loathing, pettiness, and fragility. How to deal with ever-mounting apprehension. Strength. O Lord, give me vitality and strength." It would take strength to follow the twisting wisp of smoke that is Art Smitten. Famous in the past, written out of history, living in the future, forgotten in the now, and only Marlowe could save him. Only Marlowe could paint his way out of this corner. Art said, "Don't think, just paint. Don't try to make it pretty, Marlowe. I have a factory that can do that. Throw it all in the stew. Mumbo, jumbo, gumbo." Smitten. Art scavenger, appropriator, rejigger, the necessary man keeping the whole pirate affair afloat. The impresario of repute, less real, the longer blotted out of memory, yet Art's shadow was everywhere in Love Token Alley. What else had Marlowe seen at Smarty's last party? Certainly, the electronic walls vibrated a cubist collage like dancing inside of a kaleidoscope. The effect was not chaos, but serenity. Calm, quiet, still, as if you were enveloped in a fluid balm of tranquility. You got buzzed watching it, and it was all so sexy. When Kurt Weill, who composed the music for One Touch of Venus, kissed Mary Astor's hand, Marlowe got a good look at the new Smitten mitten sleeve of lace, fitting the arm closely and reaching the knuckle, discreetly stitched on the band. Love, Were there matching panties? Thinking, Art Smitten, art entrepreneur, selling one glove for the price of 3. Pure profit on the undies. And there was a perfume line, too. He'd seen a sketch in Smarty's studio on the back of sheet music for a Bunny and Bester number. Some things best done in French. For Marlowe, It was the scale of Smitten, the bigness of Smitten, the grandness, the aplomb. Up to this point, where Smitten goeth, Marlowe did follow. But there was risk, danger, uncertainty. To be or not to be or shooby-dooby-doo, but nights like this, oh man, what a bash. All the women were stunning, the costumes, the knife-edge fashion, and the men, he noted the hats and shoes. Marlowe always honed in on men's shoes. A note found balled in his pocket. It's a magic carpet ride and we're flying high, and since we're flying with Smarty and too high is just high enough. And so it went with what Marlowe would later call Smittenus Maximus. Smarty, wow, what a nut, weaving the story with golden thread, working end to beginning, beginning to end, circles within circles, and everywhere, bubbles. Why 39 bubbles? Well, that idea came from a painted backdrop from the classic Bunny and Bester sketch, Oh, 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 Trouble in the Bubble Bath. The masterful designer, whoever it was, remains unknown. Maybe another time traveler written out of history. Smitten counted the bubbles, those OOOs. There were 39. It became a talisman. 39 was holy to Smitten. And you look at any bubbles painted by Smarty, they look simple and cursory, but live with those bubbles a while, you'll see all 39 bubbles are alive and in motion and about to slip out of the canvas. Lester Bester said in the back room, "What one really wants is respect. Who do you talk to? You talk to giants. You talk to the great ones. And to do that, you must be worthy. That's why the extra effort. I do it for Sam. Sam does it for me. We do it for the giants." And now, Smarty was with Bunny and Bester. Past had met future, and it was love. Now, 3 giants ruled the roost in Love Token Alley. 10 cents, lucky those with the lucky dime. Party at Smarty's and the room was buzzing, buzz, buzz, buzz. A camera crew was busy. Wherever was Smitten was a camera. Said Marcel Duchamp, "It's the idea, not the object." Said Art Smitten, "It was Stieglitz's picture of Duchamp's urinal signed Armut 1917 that counted. It was the picture of the idea. Documentation is what lives. The object in question had already been destroyed." Selling such documentation had become a major part of Smitten's revenue stream. Some wags called him Art Simulacrum. And there were art hunters in the midst there to bag big game future art. Seems a few Franz Klein Frenhofers got smuggled back to the present. And speculation among the cognoscente pointed to Smarty, who often referred to Balzac's The Unknown Masterpiece and the character of Frenhofer, an artist considered mad because he was too far ahead of his historical moment, a story that haunted Cézanne and Picasso. In homage, Franz Klein painted Balzac ale with balls, an advertisement for the house beer now in a private collection in Croatia. Marlowe didn't note the billionaire named Bill he'd know later. Marlowe was more aware of film directors than crazy art hunters, and he asked Sam Fuller if the version of Red Kimono on the screen matched the vision in Sam's head, which was better, and in what ways, and did Sam think he could have made a better movie if he'd had a studio budget, and how'd he think of that title, Red Kimono? Those sort of questions. It was absurd. What he was doing was absurd, but why else join the magic circus? And so Marlowe painted rugs, a metaphor for sailing over troubled waters. Rugs gave him hope. He painted magic words, hocus pocus tantus talentus vade celatur jubeo. He painted in the old city of Bisnagar, in an antique shop near the Spice Bazaar. We first spotted our rug through a slat in the window. We haggled all the day and into the night. Tea was served, and at dawn a deal was struck. We never returned to Bisnagar, although we can still recall the scent of the Spice Bazaar. And he painted, "If you should be so lucky to fly on a carpet over water bluer than blue, while a canopy of white seabirds shields your head from the sun, and if you are so lucky, then you know lucky are the lucky. Step right up. Love Token Alley, 10 cents.